John Beltran back at Roosevelt High School in Johnstown, where the Fort Morgan boys and the Roosevelt boys will do battle here. As the Fort Morgan girls lost today, 74-24. And we know with this particular game, as the starting lineups will be introduced momentarily, this should be one heck of a basketball game. This is the only time they'll meet this season. They met twice last season, and Roosevelt won the first game. Both games were here in Johnstown. And then the Mustangs won the second game rather handily. Roosevelt is 4-3 in the Longs Peak and 9-8 overall. Mustangs are 4-3 in league play, 10-7 on the season. So this is a huge game for both teams. And Brock Saya is averaging 23 points a game for Roosevelt as they introduce the entire roster here for both teams. Then we'll get to the starting lineups, including the two seniors who are sidelined for the season, and Briggs Wheatley and Jesse Campa. Starting lineup for the Mustangs. Let's get to it right now. The Mustangs go with Fernando Marquez, Frank Ortega, Colin Farley. These are all seniors. Junior Wesley Carnes and senior Braden Fajardo. We'll get to the Roosevelt starting lineup here momentarily. Yeah, the winner of this game makes a major move in the Longs Peak League with a postseason tournament coming up. You got to get through the Tuesday games, though, against Northridge. The Mustangs are dressed in their road blacks and Northridge in their home whites for this particular game, and for all the road games, quite frankly, for Fort Morgan. That's the standard here with high school basketball. Dark on the road and light at home. We know that Brock Saya, a senior, one of the starters for Roosevelt. We'll get the other ones here momentarily. Yeah, the winner of this game will pick up their fifth league road victory, or road victory period. Fifth league victory, home and road combined. 5:30 and 7 o'clock on Tuesday night when the Mustangs on senior night close out the regular season against the Northridge Grizzlies. I wonder why in some venues, actually in few venues, they introduce the entire roster. Most venues, you just have the starters and that's it, which is pretty standard. Can you imagine if they did that in football or in baseball, introduce the entire roster? But I guess basketball, you can certainly do that because it's a thinner roster in the sport of basketball. Donovan Lagunas, also a senior in the starting lineup for Roosevelt. Along with Andrew O'Brien, another senior. Jaden Herrera, an outstanding football player. And Bowie Schmitz, a junior, the lone junior in the starting lineup. So both teams at four seniors and one junior in the starting lineup. Opening tip is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the best in the business. That is Buildings by Design. Colin Farley, jump center for Fort Morgan. It'll be Bowie Schmitz for Roosevelt. Now, you can't emphasize how big of a game this is, especially how close these teams are in the league standings. Start time of this game is at 1:23. And And the opening tip is controlled by Roosevelt. On the outside left is Herrera. Pulls up 15-footer off the glass. And the rebound to Ortega, Fort Morgan. Ortega dribbles towards the top, picks up the dribble, cross court to Fajardo. Fajardo in the lane, and the beautiful pass and banking and scoring is Farley. Well, that's a beautiful pass there by Fajardo. It's 2-0 Fort Morgan. On the outside left with a basketball is O'Brien back on the high right ball, poked out of bounds, intended for Brock Saya into the Fort Morgan bench by Fernando Marquez. And to throw it in, looks like Keaton Kaiser out there. Here's O'Brien, the lob down low to Saya. Saya double team. He tries to get it out, and he does to Schmitz. Right wing three is around and no good. And the ball is loose. It's picked up by Farley of Fort Morgan. Farley on the outlet. Long pass to Ortega in the corner. Ortega dribbles left baseline. Leans, banks, offensive foul. Ortega with the offensive foul. As the defender went down. Yeah, that's got to be Kaiser out there, not Lagunas. Instead of a 3, it's a 30. They had announced a 3. Here's Kaiser on the outside left, down low for Saya. Banks, and he misses. And the ball is volleyballed into the hands of O'Brien. Here's the 3, and that's up and missed by Schmitz. And Fajardo pulls down the rebound for the Mustangs. Here come the Mustangs with Fajardo across the timeline on the high right. Right corner to Carnes. Back out to Fajardo on the right wing. 6:44 to go in the first quarter. The Mustangs lead 2-0. Picks up the dribble. On the outside left to Ortega, now to Marquez. On the right baseline, penetrating Carnes as runners up and in! Off the glass for Wesley Carnes. Fort Morgan with a quick 4-0 lead. Long pass to Schmitz against Farley. Jump pass, cross court is going to head out of bounds. Nope, it's intercepted by Wesley Carnes. Carnes on the left wing. Fernando fakes the 3, drives, leans, banks, misses. And the rebound is pulled down by Bowie Schmitz. Schmitz of Roosevelt. The layup is up and in on the long pass to Saya. It's 4-2 Fort Morgan with 6:07 to go in the first. Wesley Carnes, looked like there was contact, no whistle. There's got to be a foul there. Jump pass to Fajardo. Fajardo on the left wing, had the ball stripped from behind. He's got it back. Jump pass inside is intercepted by Jaden Herrera. Herrera on the right side to Kaiser against Ortega. Puts up a runner up and in on the right baseline. Quite a shot there by Keaton Kaiser. Deadlocked at 4 with 5:43 to go first quarter. Farley, front court pass to Marquez. Fernando on the high right in the quarter now to Fajardo. Braden Fajardo back out to Carnes. Dribbles by a defender. Carnes all the way, puts it up and in off the glass. Strong move to the bucket by Wesley Carnes. Mustangs up 6-4. Long pass into the front court to Bowie Schmitz. Schmitz on the outside left to Kaiser at the top of the right wing to Saya. Lob down low for O'Brien. Dribbles. Cross court bounce pass knocked out of bounds by Wesley Carnes, intended for Herrera. This will be Roosevelt basketball with the Mustangs up 6-4 with 5:15 to go in the first, and Saya to throw it in. Brock Saya on the offensive end near the corner. Bounce pass into the game now is Luca Salvatore. Back to Kaiser, first substitution. Now Lagunas is into the game for Roosevelt. Kaiser on the outside left to Salvatore, holds the ball up high. Cross-court pass to O'Brien. Under 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Saya, left baseline against Marquez. Backs up, can't take that shot. Then his lob inside is intercepted by Ortega. Ortega to Fajardo. The Mustangs looking to extend the lead. On the right wing, Fernando fakes the 3, penetrates right baseline in between defenders, puts it up and misses, and a foul on Farley. Colin Farley commits the foul, the second for the Mustangs, as O'Brien tried to come away with a rebound. And the Rough Riders will have Saya taking the ball into the front court. 6-4 Fort Morgan with 4:37 to go in the opening quarter. Saya bounce pass to Salvatore. Near the top, back to Saya on the left wing, guarded by Marquez. Backs up, maintains the dribble to his right. Saya picks up the dribble, bounce pass in the left corner to Salvatore to his right. Looking for Saya, can't find him. Gets it back out to O'Brien. Hands it off to Kaiser. Kaiser left of the free throw line. Kaiser's trapped over there. Has to swing it back out straight away to Lagunas. Lagunas with 4:11 to go first quarter. Fort Morgan 6, Roosevelt 4. Kaiser cross court to O'Brien behind the three-point line. At the top for Saya, fakes the three, steps in, picks up the dribble. O'Brien to Saya, right wing three is going to be short, and the ball is tipped around into the hands of Salvatore. Hooks and misses, and Frank Ortega tries to save it in, but does to Saya all the way. He's bumped, and now it's out of bounds. He just missed the shot. Now we're going to have officials converge, but it's going to be Fort Morgan basketball. That's great defense by the Mustangs. And Fajardo to throw it in with under 4 minutes to go, 3:51 to be exact, here in this first quarter. And Fort Morgan leads 6-4. And checking into the game is Xavier Ramirez for Roosevelt. Over to Carnes in the backcourt, now to Fajardo. Carnes maintains control, bodied up by Lagunas, no whistle. Dribbles on the outside right towards the baseline. His runner is up and no good, misses the floater. Salvatore grabs the rebound for Roosevelt, and then a foul by Marquez. It looked like, no, a travel. Nice defense by Fernando. Boy, that's great defense by Fernando, the travel on Saya. And here comes Nathan Gherkin, and Gherkin is into the game for Colin Farley. Tremendous defense by the Mustangs so far. 3:37 remaining in the first. Fort Morgan leads by a deuce. Fajardo into Marquez, guarded by Ramirez. Looks like a little bit of a boxing one there for Roosevelt. Gherkin straight away. On the outside right to Wesley Carnes, guarded by Lagunas. Dribbles to his left, right of the lane, straight away to Gherkin. On the high right, Fernando, long three is front rim, no good. Lagunas with a rebound, his first. Lagunas to Saya. Roosevelt can take the lead with a three. Saya calls out the play, gets a pick from Lagunas. Right wing triple is up and good. Brock Saya has now given Roosevelt a 7-6 lead with 3 minutes to go in the first. Carnes behind his back, jump pass taken by Marquez. On the high right, Marquez. Cross-court pass intended for Ortega. That one is intercepted. Saya straight away, pulls up for a three, and that's off to the right. And the ball is rebounded there by Lagunas. Lagunas on the outside left, up by Marquez. Now over to O'Brien. Up and down action here in Johnstown with 2:37 to go in the first quarter. At the top is Saya. Bounce pass on the outside left to Salvatore in the left corner for Ramirez. Ramirez looking down low. Back to Lagunas. Right wing three is up, and that's in and out and in. Boy, that's a lucky bounce for Lagunas. Roosevelt scored 6 in a row. They lead Fort Morgan 10-6 with 2:18 to go first quarter. Wesley Carnes, front court pass to Marquez. Now in that left corner, here is Fajardo penetrating left baseline. Inside to Gherkin. Goes for the dunk and had it partially blocked. And now we have a whistle. And going to stay with Fort Morgan. The ball is poked out of bounds. Rodrigo Alvarez checks in. Keaton Kaiser back in for Roosevelt. Marquez is out. Carnes to throw it in for Fort Morgan. In the left corner to Gherkin. Back out to Alvarez. Alvarez dribbles to his right. Right corner Carnes. Wide open three is off to the right. And the rebound is into the hands of Keaton Kaiser of Roosevelt. Across the timeline, right wing, Ramirez takes the three. That's off the back of the rim. And nice rebound there by Fajardo. Fajardo across the timeline. On the outside right, Fajardo dribbles by two. Nearly lost control, got it back. Here's Carnes penetrating right baseline. Poke from behind. And Fort Morgan's committed their fourth turnover. The other way, it's Salvatore. 1:37 to go. Right wing, wide open three. And that's back rim, no. And now we got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. That's a foul on Gherkin with a push. Fort Morgan's committed 3 team fouls. Roosevelt yet to commit a foul. And now back into the game is Schmitz. And for the first time for Roosevelt is Seppi Salvatore. Seppi with a basketball to Jaden Herrera. On the left wing to Saya. Picked up by Carnes. Cross court to Schmitz. Schmitz behind the three-point line. Pulls up. 16-footer is around and no good. Fajardo grabs another rebound for Fort Morgan. That's his third. Long pass to Carnes all the way. Banks and scores. Off the glass for Wesley Carnes. He now has 6. And the Mustangs draw to within 2. It's 10-8 with 1:08 to go in the opening quarter. The other way is Kaiser with a basketball at the top. Fakes the three. Takes the three. Misses the three. Back rim. Gherkin grabs the one-hop rebound for Fort Morgan. The Mustangs can tie it right here or take the lead. Fajardo on the outside right with 53 seconds to go. And holding the ball is Wesley Carnes. Now to Fajardo. Fajardo straight away to Gherkin. Gherkin holding the ball up high. Swings it left side to Carnes. Penetrates. Jump pass. And there's a foul in the lane on Roosevelt. The Roosevelt foul was committed by Keaton Kaiser. That'll be his first. And to throw it in as Levi McCoy checks in for Fajardo will be Wesley Carnes. The Mustangs down by 2. Carnes looking, still looking, gets rid of it. Right baseline to Ortega. Dribbles it back out. Over to Alvarez. Alvarez on the high right. Near the corner to Ortega. Dribbles to his left. Now to Carnes near the timeline. Looks up at the clock. 31 seconds to go. First quarter. Fort Morgan trails Roosevelt 10-8. Ortega on the high right. Straight away to McCoy. McCoy against Lagunas. Right wing. Alvarez 3 is in and out. And the ball is loose. It is rebounded, though, by Lagunas of Roosevelt. That's his third. Lagunas with 14 seconds to go, calling out the play. Swings it cross court here to Salvatore. Salvatore looking inside with 8 seconds to go. Back on the outside right is Stephen Ward with 5. Cross court pass is intercepted by McCoy with 2 all the way. Banks and misses. Oh, McCoy nearly ended the first quarter with a layup, but he missed it at the buzzer. We have played 8 minutes of basketball. It's Roosevelt 10, Fort Morgan 8 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, I don't think we expected anything different. We played one quarter, Roosevelt with a 10-8 lead against Fort Morgan. It is Gherkin, now Miles Lopez, Braden Fajardo, Fernando Marquez, and Levi McCoy. Andrew O'Brien for Roosevelt, Brock Saya, Jaden Herrera, Keaton Kaiser, and Bowie Schmitz. Saya left of the lane. Saya's double team. Back out to O'Brien. Cross court to Herrera. Dribbles to his left to the right of the free throw line. Feeds Schmitz. Gets a pick from Herrera. Now retreats towards midcourt. The Mustangs in the opening quarter got 6 points from Wesley Carnes. O'Brien just beyond the timeline. Back out of the high right to Herrera. Free throw line to Kaiser. 15-footer straight away is around and no good. And Marquez goes high for the rebound. That is his first. Marquez picked up by Saya in the backcourt. Watch out. Boy, Saya's all over him. No whistle. And now Saya commits the foul. That's a silly foul. What is he doing out there? 35 feet away from the basket. You know that Marquez is going to draw the contact. Nice job by the Mustang senior. And Fajardo to throw it in just beyond midcourt. Braden Fajardo. Bounce pass into McCoy. McCoy to Fajardo straight away. Dribbles left of the lane all the way. Has the shot blocked out of there by Schmitz. And taken away by Herrera. Forced up that shot. And then a nice poke by Lopez off the back leg of Herrera out of bounds. Turnover number 5 for Roosevelt. The Mustangs had 4 in the opening quarter. Fajardo to throw it into the backcourt to Marquez. Marquez met by Saya at midcourt with a left-handed dribble. Fernando hands it off to Fajardo. Braden at the top on the right side to Gherkin. Here's Miles Lopez. Picks up the dribble. Now to Fernando Marquez, right of the lane. On the left wing, Fajardo, wide open 3. Hits nothing but glass, but Lopez has the rebound for Fort Morgan. Here's Fernando, leans, puts it up, and that's short from 5 feet away. McCoy goes up and scores, and he's fouled. Levi McCoy goes to the line, showing a lot of aggression. We're tied at 10. Man, tremendous rebounding there. And the foul was committed by Keaton Kaiser. That's his second. Oh, they're going to change the call. They're going to say O'Brien instead. They're going to take the 30 off the board and say O'Brien. 6:51 to go, second quarter. Fort Morgan 10, Roosevelt 10. And McCoy to shoot the and one. I don't know what the discussion is here between referee and coach. Kaiser's now out. Well, is it his second foul? Well, they keep the 30 up there. Gherkin is now out. I guess it is. Either way, let's see if Levi can give Fort Morgan the lead. He spins, he shoots, and he misses well off to the right. Ball is tipped around into the hands of Saya. Second rebound. Saya then falls. Was he tripped up? I guess he was tripped up. Tripped up by McCoy. Boy, that was a very, very light trip. If even that, I didn't see it, but nonetheless, the foul's on McCoy. The Mustangs with 14 fouls and Roosevelt with 3. Inbounds pass to O'Brien, down low for Saya, dribbles. Fajardo right there, reverse layup is short. Ball is tipped into the hands of Colin Farley back into the game. Farley with his second rebound. There's the outlet to Fajardo. Fajardo left of the lane. He's fouled as he misses, and that's Bowie Schmitz with a foul as Fajardo drove to the left of the hoop. And Schmitz commits his first. Braden Fajardo to the line. Braden did not score in the opening quarter. Not just a bank in Colorado, they're Bank of Colorado. Proud supporter of local sports and academics, and the first free throw is good. For Braden Fajardo, the Mustangs have reclaimed the lead. It's 11-10. Back in the game is Lucas Salvatore. Second free throw for Fajardo is up and perfect. 12-10, Fort Morgan, 6.5 to go, second quarter. Saya for Roosevelt across the timeline. Swings it near the top to O'Brien. Free throw line. Salvatore is going to have to back it out somewhere, and he does to Herrera. Gets a pick. Herrera in the lane. In the left corner to Lagunas. Lost the ball, got it back, and a foul on Marquez. You don't want to foul just by going after a ball that's not available to you. First foul on Marquez. 5 team fouls in the Mustangs. That clearly was not a foul you want to commit. Salvatore to trigger it in. Bounce pass to Saya against Fajardo. Left of the lane. Puts it up and around and no good. Off the back of the rim. Lopez grabs the rebound for Fort Morgan. Miles has to get rid of it. Fort Morgan might need a timeout. Steal by Lagunas. Herrera banks and scores. Should have been a timeout there. He was trapped. And Herrera was able to capitalize. Tied at 12 off the Fort Morgan turnover. Into the lane. Fajardo to Farley. Banks, scores, and a foul. Let's see. I don't think they're going to count the basket. I think the foul was when Fajardo was dribbling. Let's see what we have here. Yep, that foul is on Lucas Salvatore. No basket. Tied at 12 with 5:55 to go in the second. Kaiser's back into the game for O'Brien. And to the right of the basket. Inbounded to Marquez from Carnes. Carnes, left corner three. That's barely going to get to the rim. And the ball is rebounded nicely by Jaden Herrera, his second. Roosevelt can take the lead. Here is Kaiser straight away on the left wing. Herrera penetrates left baseline. Double team. Kicks it back out to Kaiser. Kaiser spins on Marquez in the lane. Double team. Right corner. Salvatore three is off the back of the rim. But Kaiser has the rebound for Roosevelt. Goes back up off the glass and no good. And Fajardo grabs it for Fort Morgan. That's his fourth rebound. Braden Fajardo with 5:20 to go before halftime. Tied at 12. Fajardo straight away. Left of the lane against Lagunas. Maintains the dribble. Pulls up from 10. Around and no good. Rebound to Farley. Saves it in. But he throws it into the backcourt. No, that should be a violation. That would not have been a backcourt violation. Not off the rebound. The Mustangs got fooled there. That would not have been an over and back, and that's what Fernando didn't know. Salvatore the basketball. Here's Kaiser. Runner off the glass around and no good. And the rebound to Lagunas. Mustangs have to box out. Inside to Saya. Goes up against Farley, and he's fouled as he misses. Farley commits his second. Yeah, when you try to save the ball in off a miss, that would not have been an over and back because the ball went into the back court. But Fernando thought that would have been the case and tried to save it in, and that turned into a mess. And now two free throws taken by Brock Saya. 4:50 remaining second quarter. Roosevelt 12, Fort Morgan 12. Roosevelt 13, Fort Morgan 12. The first free throw is in. Saya averaging 23 points a game this season, has 6 in this one. Gherkin is back in. It's Gherkin, Ortega, Carnes, Marquez, and Fajardo for Fort Morgan. Ward, Kaiser, Xavier Ramirez. The free throw shooter, Saya, who makes the second. And Caleb Erickson now in for Roosevelt. They go about 12 deep. Roosevelt 14, Fort Morgan 12. Fajardo into the front court with a crossover dribble. On the outside left to Marquez, guarded by Brock Saya. Marquez, crossover dribble to his left. Marquez in the left corner. Fajardo three. Yes! Braden Fajardo nails it from the corner. He's got 5 all in the quarter. Fort Morgan back out on top, 15-14, with 4:20 to go before halftime. Saya on the high right to Kaiser with the basketball. Well behind the three-point line, now to Saya. Down low for Ward. Over to Saya, left baseline, 10-footer, partially blocked by Nathan Gherkin and picked up by Fajardo. Fajardo with a 3-on-3, and we've got a whistle and a foul. That's a defensive foul on. Is that going to be on the shot? I thought it was on the floor. Caleb Erickson commits it for Roosevelt. 4:06 to go. Both teams with 16 fouls. Carnes to throw it in. Underneath the basket, Carnes inside for Ortega. Puts it up and a little bit too strong on the hook shot. The rebound is Xavier Ramirez of Roosevelt. Now here's Erickson, right baseline, leans, bangs, scores, offensive foul. Offensive foul, Ortega took the contact. He stood there like a statue, and it's going the other way. Roosevelt with their 6th turnover. Ortega did not move, and the offensive foul's committed by Erickson, his 2nd foul. Roosevelt again with a turnover. Offensive fouls and turnovers are essentially the same thing. They do go into the category. Fajardo to Carnes in the backcourt, 15-14 Fort Morgan. Crosses over on Ramirez at the top, swings it right side. Fajardo and Carnes. Fajardo straightaway 3 is an air ball, but Ortega's got it for Fort Morgan. Mustangs reset, then they throw it away. Roosevelt the other way. Saya against Carnes on the outside right to Kaiser. Fakes the 3, steps in, backs up. Right wing 3 is up, back rim no. And a nice rebound by Marquez. Nearly went to the floor. He was mauled over there. Marquez across the timeline on his own. Marquez right into the lane. Behind the 3-point line. Nearly a push-off. And we've got a foul on Saya. That's twice Saya has committed a foul far away from the basket. I don't know why he's doing that. But the Mustangs will take that. Jaden Herrera and Andrew O'Brien check back into the game for Roosevelt. It's a 1-1, the 8th team foul against the Rough Riders. Marquez has not scored in the game. It's an 18. Free throw's no good. 15-14 lead, And the rebound goes to O'Brien of Roosevelt. Saya the other way. Hands it off to Herrera. Now to Saya. And his shot is blocked by Gherkin on the layup and pulled away by Frank Ortega. Here's Ortega with a basketball to Marquez. Dribbles right baseline. Nearly traveled. Now he banks and scores. He squeezed in between 2 defenders. I don't know how Fernando did that. 17-14 Fort Morgan. Incredible defense by Gherkin, stuffing Saya in the lane and rejecting that. Shot by Saya. Got the counterfeit out of the bank. Herrera free throw line to Kaiser against Fajardo. Defender in the air, banks and misses. And Ortega with another strong rebound. That's his 3rd. The Mustangs can extend the lead 17-14 with 2.5 to go in the opening half. Here's Carnes on the outside right. Mustangs will slow this thing down. Gets a pick from Gherkin, dribbles right of the lane, and then an offensive foul on Carnes. Tried to fake out the defender, but O'Brien would have none of it. Carnes runs him over. 7 turnovers for the Mustangs. And Stephen Ward is out. Bowie Schmitz is back in. A defensive-minded game, to say the least. Points are coming at a premium here in Johnstown. And Brock Saya for Roosevelt. With 2:18 to go, 2nd quarter. Back on the high right to Herrera. A 3-pointer ties the game. Now to O'Brien. O'Brien on the high right to Kaiser. Picked up by Fajardo. Cross-court pass as Saya fell down, but it deflects back into the hands of O'Brien as Saya was on his back. O'Brien, now it looked like a double dribble, no whistle. Now to Schmitz. Mustang defense is super tight. High left to Saya, down low for Kaiser. Off his right foot, out of bounds. He tried to catch it and lay it up at the same time. And the ball went off his foot. Turnover for Roosevelt. That is their 7th, matching the Mustangs total. We have 1:49 to go in the second. This was a 10-8 lead after 1, only 17-14 now. Carnes maintains the dribble with 1:39 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Timeout, or do we have a whistle? Oh, there's going to be a sideline warning against Roosevelt. Yeah, barking over there by the Roosevelt head coach. And Salvatore is back in. They wanted a call against Fort Morgan, didn't happen, so the next violation's a technical. Carnes bounce pass into Marquez. Back out to Carnes. Carnes dribbles towards the top, hands it off to Fernando. Fernando on the high right, dribbles right baseline by a couple of defenders, leans, bangs, scores, and a foul! He got bobbied up, he went glass, and it went down for Marquez, and the Mustangs lead by 5, and the foul is on Keaton Kaiser. Fernando Marquez with a couple of great moves here in this quarter. And Kaiser commits his 2nd. Now the free throw for Marquez is up, and that's off to the right. Rebound is pulled down by Roosevelt's Bowie Schmitz, his 2nd board. Still a 5-point lead for Fort Morgan, 1:22 to go, 2nd quarter. Here is Salvatore all the way, banks too strong. Marquez grabs the rebound, had a wide open layup. Marquez has got to get rid of that basketball, and he was nearly stripped in the backcourt. Marquez still with the basketball, crosses the timeline. crosses over, left of the lane, puts up a shot, and he misses as he falls to the floor. That's a foul on that shot attempt. Lots of barking there by Roosevelt. You would expect nothing different either. And the foul was on Salvatore, his second. That is Lucas Salvatore. Marquez to the line. He just missed a second ago, but he makes that one. Fernando only 1 out of 3 for the line, but the Mustangs have put together a nice run here. It was tied at 12. Fort Morgan has scored 7 of the last 9 points, 8 of the last 10. Second free throw is good. Fort Morgan 20, Roosevelt 14. There you go. You got to put the point on the board. Roosevelt really struggling offensively. They've scored just 4 points in the quarter. Mustangs have 13. Lagunas, right baseline. Lagunas cross-court bounce pass. Schmitz, 3 in the corner, is well short. And a foul by Fort Morgan on the rebound. Andrew O'Brien, I think it was fouled by Ortega. Mustangs did not box out there. 1-1. Frank Ortega with his second foul, and a 1-1 for O'Brien, who's yet to score in the game. Ortega's out. Miles Lopez is in. O'Brien bends, shoots, and off to the right. Marquez with a two-handed rebound, his 4th board of the game. Marquez is fouled in the backcourt by Lagunas. I have to tell you, Roosevelt has committed some senseless fouls. I mean, that is ridiculous. 60 feet away from the basket committing fouls. And this is the double bonus. Marquez has already attempted 4 free throws in the quarter. This free throw is up and perfect. And he's made his last 3 after missing his first 2. Fort Morgan is now on a 10-2 run. And here comes Brock Saya into the game for Andrew O'Brien. It's an 8-point lead, the biggest for the Mustangs. And Marquez is tired. He's bent over at the waist. Second free throw is good for Fernando Marquez. Fort Morgan 23. Roosevelt 14. 48 seconds to go before the break. Brock Saya swings it left side to Schmitz. Schmitz with the basketball. Back on the high right to Herrera. Down low, here's Lagunas. And has the shot blocked from behind by Carnes, but a foul. They're going to say Carnes got him across the wrist. He thought he got all ball. Well, the one thing that Carnes did incorrectly, he swatted. I thought he got all ball, but if you swat, they're going to call that every time. And Donovan Lagunas will shoot 2 to attempt to end this 11-2 run by Fort Morgan. And that free throw is off to the right, not even close. Roosevelt has taken 4 free throws in the quarter, made 2. Second free throw's upcoming with 38 seconds to go. Fajardo, Gherkin, now Rodrigo Alvarez back into the game. Marquez and Lopez, second free throw's off to the right again. And Gherkin's got a block in this game, and now he grabs a rebound. That's his second. Here's Fajardo with 29 seconds remaining on the high right to Alvarez. Alvarez with a left-handed dribble, head of the three-point circle to Marquez, now to Fajardo on the left. Gets a pick from Marquez, left corner to Marquez with 21 seconds to go, now to Fajardo. I think the Mustangs might settle. No, here's Fajardo leaning, putting it up, partially blocked. Ward picks it out of the air. Stephen Ward on the outlet to O'Brien. Check that, that's Kaiser. 8 seconds to go, down low Lagunas, he banks, and he misses an easy layup. And then we get a foul over the back, and Fajardo got stepped on. Fajardo got stepped on by Stephen Ward. There was a whistle, and the Fort Morgan fans don't like it. That looked almost, that looked intentional to me. That looked intentional. It's going to go the other way, but he clearly stepped on him, stepped on his face. And Ward is called for the foul and then stepped on him. Wow. So this will be 2 free throws for Braden Fajardo. But Fajardo gets up like a champion. 5 seconds to go. Free throw is perfect for Braden Fajardo. Mustangs continue the run. This game was tied at 12. Fort Morgan on a 12-2 run. Fajardo's second free throw is in the air, and that is perfect. Fajardo now with 7 points in the quarter. Here is Schmitz with 3, with 2. Schmitz with a long 3. It's an air ball. What a second quarter by Fort Morgan. They outscore the Roosevelt Rough Riders 17-4 in the quarter, and they now carry a double-digit lead into the break. Fort Morgan fans are still barking. With the score, Fort Morgan 25, Roosevelt 14. It's a 3-minute break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back at Roosevelt High School in Johnstown. 25-14, Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt. As we will head to the third quarter. And we'll set the starting lineup here for the Mustangs. It'll be Colin Farley, Wesley Carnes, Frank Ortega, Fernando Marquez, and Braden Fajardo. Roosevelt breaks the huddle with Brock Saya, Andrew O'Brien, Jaden Herrera, Keaton Kaiser. Looks like they're starting Xavier Ramirez. Nope. He tried to sneak his way into the lineup. Bowie Schmitz, the fifth member for Roosevelt. Mustang basketball to begin the second half. Fajardo to throw it in. The 11-point lead by Fort Morgan is their largest. Here is Wesley Carnes at the top with the basketball on the outside left to Fajardo. Back at the top for Marquez. Marquez at the head of the three-point circle, right side to Ortega. Right corner, Carnes fakes the three. Back out to Ortega. Mustangs slowing down. It was a frantic pace at times in the opening half. Carnes holding the ball on his left hip. We have played 25 seconds. No shot attempt yet by Fort Morgan in the third. Farley just beyond midcourt. Dribbles to his right. On the right side to Marquez. Against Keaton Kaiser, dribbles into the lane, pulls up, little 6-footer around and no good. Marquez chases down his own rebound in the corner. Pass inside to Fajardo, he's trapped over there. And now to Farley, here is Carnes, 15-footer, his back rim no. And Brock Saya tries to pull down the rebound and does. The Rough Riders come the other way. Saya spinning on Marquez, hands it off to Herrera, takes a long three, yes. Jaden Herrera drills the triple, Roosevelt to within 8. 25-17 with 6:55 remaining, third quarter. Carnes on the outside left to Fajardo, thinks about the three, won't take it. Back out near midcourt here to Farley, left corner, wide open three. Marquez left it short. Ball is tipped around into the hands of Bowie Schmitz. Roosevelt looking to reduce the lead more. Long pass, right baseline. O'Brien now stepping in as Bowie Schmitz at the free throw line, left wing to Kaiser. Kaiser guarded by Fajardo, now back near midcourt. Here's Saya, right of the free throw line. O'Brien hands it off to Saya. Right wing three is no good. Colin Farley goes high for the Mustang rebound. That's his third. Here come the Mustangs with Wesley Carnes on the high right. 6:20 to go here in the third. Ortega back out to Marquez. Cross-court pass to Carnes. Carnes back to Fernando. Fernando to Carnes. Takes a dribble. Fakes the three. Right corner, Fajardo three. That's back rim, no. And the ball is out of bounds. That's off of Saya. He went over the back of Ortega. No foul, but he did touch it last. Now to throw it in is Fernando. The Mustangs looking for some rhythm offensively. Up by 8. Marquez lobs it into Ortega. Ortega with 5:54 to go. Third quarter. 25-17. Carnes. Right corner three. Bingo! Fernando to Wesley Carnes, who scores. 28-17. Carnes scores for the third time in the game. He's got 9 points. There's the jump pass. Schmitz back out to Kaiser in the left corner. There's a three. That's up, and that's an air ball. Missed by Schmitz, taken by O'Brien. Saya, 15-footer. That is missed, and the ball is loose. It's rebounded, though, by Fajardo. He got it off the hop. Well, there were opportunities there for Roosevelt. Mustangs still with a lead of 11, 28-17. Marquez, left corner for Fajardo. He lost control of the basketball, loose on the floor, and it's still loose, and I think we have a Roosevelt timeout. Yep. It was picked up by Roosevelt, and then Fort Morgan tried to tie up the ball, but you call the timeout before that tie-up is called. It's a Fort Morgan turnover, their 8th. Still an 11-point lead for the Mustangs at 28-17. Wow. Yeah, somehow, even if the game, I've been to games here that have not been that close, and the emotion is always heightened for some reason. There was that game 2 years ago when The game was stopped with about 30-some-odd seconds to go because Roosevelt couldn't get a fifth player on the floor, and the Roosevelt fans went irate. It was essentially a victory for Fort Morgan by, I think it was about 25 points. But there's some terminology in the rule book that defines that type of victory when you don't complete a game. Something with a sportsmanship or something in that area. The Rough Riders come out here with Keaton Kaiser. Bounce pass to Herrera, guarded by Ortega on the outside left. Cross court to O'Brien. 5:03 remaining third quarter. Fort Morgan 28, Roosevelt 17. Bowie Schmitz against Gherkin. Looks to his right, swings it right side to Saya, guarded by Carnes. Down low for Herrera. Baseline shot is up, missed. And a strong rebound by Marquez. He's done very well on the boards. There's the outlet to Fajardo. Fajardo left of the lane, puts it up, and that's blocked out of there by Saya and picked up by Herrera. That's excellent defense by Roosevelt. Here's Saya the other way. A bump, no whistle. Left corner, three in the air. Schmitz good. Bowie Schmitz nails a triple. His first points of the game. Fort Morgan 28, Roosevelt 20. 4:28 to go in the third. Fajardo left corner three is around and no good. Gherkin with a rebound, puts it up and in. Nathan Gherkin was able to grab that baby out of the air. He scores for the first time. It's 30-20 Fort Morgan. 4:13 to go, third quarter. Saya swings it left side for Herrera. Entry pass is poked away by Ortega, intercepted by Marquez. Turnover number 8 for Roosevelt. Marquez down low for Carnes, bumped on the baseline by Keaton Kaiser. Kaiser with his third. That's the team's first. That's the first foul on either team here in the second half. This is Morgan County's B106, KPRB Brush Fort Morgan. Fernando Marquez will throw it in. Fort Morgan leads 30-20 in this critical game here from Johnstown. Fernando looks, right corner. Carnes with the basketball, back out to Fajardo, left wing to Ortega, won't take that shot. Bounce pass straight away to Fajardo, now to Marquez. He backpedals towards midcourt, and now Carnes has it with 3:51 remaining third quarter. He'll take the right wing three, and he hit the bottom of the backboard. That's a really ugly miss. Brock Saya comes away with a basketball for Roosevelt. Entry pass, and banking and missing as Ramirez goes back up, but he's fouled by Gherkin. Oh, they didn't box out on Ramirez unless it wasn't Gherkin. I think they got him from behind. Yep, it was Fajardo getting him from behind with his first foul, but Ramirez missed an easy layup and then was not boxed out and had a second chance. He'll shoot two. With 3:40 to go in the third quarter. The Ramirez free throw is up, and he line drives it. It's no good, off to the left. Free throw number 2 is upcoming. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient. Makes them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. That's Stubbs Gas and Oil. Second free throw's in the air, and that rattles home for Xavier Ramirez. Fort Morgan 30, Roosevelt 21, 3:34 to go in the third. Carnes in the high left to Marquez, now in the left corner. Chest pass to Ortega, back out to Fernando. Spreading the floor is Fort Morgan. Fernando from Carnes. He'll take the left wing three, and that's very short. The one bounce rebound to Brock Saya. There's the long pass to Ramirez. Ramirez all the way, reverse layup, and he missed it. He got glass, the rebound to Stephen Ward. Now here's a three from Kaiser. That's off to the right, and going high in the air is Ward, and there's going to be a foul on Fort Morgan. Oh, man. Yep, that foul is on Fernando Marquez, his second. And Fernando, petitioning the official for a call against Roosevelt. Obviously, he's not going to get it. Kaiser bounces into Saya, and Saya's foul. The Mustangs fell asleep defensively. He was open along the right baseline, and Colin Farley with his third foul. And now Brock Saya to shoot two. He's been held well under his average of 23. Only 7 points in the game, all in the opening half. And the free throw from Saya is good. Mustang lead is down to 8, 30-22. Gherkin is back into the game for Farley. Brock Saya to shoot the second free throw. Donovan Lagunas back in for Roosevelt. That's in the air, and that's in. Saya now with 9 points. Roosevelt scored the last three. 30-23 Fort Morgan. 3:03 to go in the third. On the high right is Carnes. Swings it back out to Fajardo. On the right side against Ladunas, at the top for Gherkin. Left side, here's Carnes. Thinking about the three straight away to Gherkin. Nathan Gherkin left side to Fajardo. Gets a pick from Gherkin. Now Marquez backs up. Here's Fajardo, backs up, right wing three, and that's good! Fajardo in the face of a defender. Nails a triple. Braden now with 10 in the game, his second three. Mustangs back up by that many, 33-23, 2.5 remaining in the third. Laguna straight away on the right side to Ward. About 7 feet behind the three-point line. Ward cross court to Kaiser. Cars there guarded by Marquez. Straight away three, Saya, yes. Brock Saya is getting hot. 5 points in the quarter, 12 in the game. 33-26 Mustangs with 2:12 to go in the third quarter. In the right corner, Carnes against Ramirez. Back out to Marquez. Left side to Fajardo. Now on the high right, here's Carnes. Lob down low right baseline. Fajardo double team. Swings it back out towards midcourt. Gherkin has to flag it down with 1:54 remaining. Carnes between his legs. Motioning the offense. Hands it off to Ortega. Ortega dribbles to his right. Bounce pass in the corner to Fernando. Gets a pick from Ortega. Dribbles into the paint. Forces up a shot and misses, but a foul. Fernando was hit either across the wrist or somewhere in the upper body. He goes to the stripe. And the foul was on Ramirez. That's his first. Fernando has 8 points in the game, and that free throw barely got to the rim. You expend so much energy, you forget to use your legs. That's what happened there. Herrera and O'Brien are back in for Roosevelt. Free throw number 2 for Fernando to give the Mustangs an 8-point lead. They've led by as many as 11. That one's up, and that's perfect. Fort Morgan 34, Roosevelt 26. 100 seconds remaining in the third. Saya back out near the top to O'Brien, guarded by Fajardo. In the right corner to Keaton Kaiser, spinning on Marquez. Hands it off to Ward. Right corner, the shot by Kaiser is short, and Gherkin grabs the rebound. Missed the 15-footer. Nathan Gherkin with his 4th rebound, and the layup is up and in by Carnes off the long pass. Off the glass, and the Mustangs lead by 10, 36-26. 1:11 to go in the third. Andrew O'Brien dribbles by a defender, puts up a 16-footer and misses. And the ball is loose, rebounded by O'Brien. Then Saya banks and scores. O'Brien with the assist. O'Brien with a rebound. Saya with a bucket. 7 in the quarter, 14 in the game for Brock Saya. Fort Morgan 36, Roosevelt 28. 52 seconds remaining, third quarter. Marquez on the high right in the corner for Fajardo. Braden Fajardo swings it at the top now for Gherkin. In the left corner, Carnes' three is no good, and the ball is still loose, picked up by Fajardo, and he scores! Braden Fajardo! How did he do that? He was trapped over there, and he found the glass and he scored. The lead is 10, 38-28. The Mustangs are answering the Rough Riders. Into the lane, Saya looked like he was fouled on the floor, and he was. That'll be the 14th foul on Fort Morgan. And that foul is on Nathan Gherkin. He has committed his second. Ward is out. Salvatore is in. Saya will take a breather. Fajardo and Carnes are out for Fort Morgan for the final 25 seconds of quarter number 3. Salvatore to throw it in. Left of the lane to O'Brien. He banks it in right off the glass on the cut to the basket for Andrew O'Brien. O'Brien scores for the first time in the game. Roosevelt is not going away. It is 38-30, and I think Fernando Marquez wants the Mustangs to work for the final shot. He's got it high right, 8 seconds to go. Picks up the dribble. Now to Rodrigo Alvarez with 5. Left wing to Lopez with 3. Got to do something here. Lopez to Marquez with 1. Puts up a shot late, and the shot was off to the left anyway, but that was not executed offensively at all by Fort Morgan. That was really sloppy. We have played 24 minutes of basketball, 3 quarters complete. Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt in Johnstown 38-30 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt 38-30. Let's head to the fourth quarter. Schmitz, Saya, Kaiser, Herrera, and O'Brien for Roosevelt. Carnes, Gherkin, Fajardo, Rodrigo Alvarez, and Miles Lopez for Fort Morgan. Herrera with the basketball on the high right to O'Brien. Swings it down low, and the ball is tipped away, intended for Kaiser, but Roosevelt regains possession. Here's the Schmitz 3 in the corner. That's going to be no good, and the ball is rebounded by Miles Lopez of Fort Morgan. Mustangs have led by as many as 11. They can go by double digits again, and the pass is poked out of bounds. No, that's off of Saya. That's off of Saya. That should be Fort Morgan ball. It's not off of Alvarez. That is off of Saya. Did they get that wrong? No. That's off of Saya. That is not a good call. It was right in front of us. They blew that call completely. Yeah, they blew that call. That clearly went off of Brock Saya. Out of bounds, and they're going to give Fort Morgan the turnover, and the officials had to converge because they weren't sure. That's why. In the left corner, Kaiser with a basketball. Lob down low in the lane. Over to O'Brien. Misses the runner. Gets it up and scores. He gets it right back and scores. That's O'Brien. Following his own miss, O'Brien now with 4 points. And it's 38-32. Fort Morgan's lead is down to 6. 7:08 to go in the game. Alvarez on the high right. Cross court to Carnes. Now to Fajardo on the left wing, between his legs, dribbles left baseline. Fajardo trapped over there by Schmitz. Back out to Carnes. Mustangs showing some patience here offensively. It's been a low-scoring game and a physical game. Fajardo at the free throw line, right corner. Lopez three is way short. And the rebound to Keaton Kaiser. Mustangs had a wide-open shot there but couldn't score. Kaiser the other way, back out to Saya. On the high right, 6:38 to go in the game. Entry pass to O'Brien. Banks scores and a foul off the glass. And Fajardo commits the foul. And they've drawn to within 4. And Andrew O'Brien to the line. Fajardo commits his second. Anybody's ball game so far, Ortega and Marquez will check back in. And Roosevelt has scored the last 6 points of the game and can make it 7 if O'Brien nails the free throw. And plenty of time. We played just a minute 22 in this fourth quarter at 38-34. And the free throw is off to the right. Fajardo grabs the rebound for Fort Morgan. That's a big miss. Fajardo's rebound is his 8th in the game. On the outside left, Ortega near the timeline to Marquez. Back on the high right is Fajardo, 6:22 to go. Baseball pass, cross court to Marquez. Thinks about the three, won't take it against Schmitz. Dribbles, pulls up, can't take that shot. Ortega on the left baseline, trapped. Back to Marquez on the left wing. He dribbles to his right, inside of Fajardo. 10-footer off the back rim, no. Fajardo goes for the rebound, has it. Jump pass inside off the hands of Gherkin, out of bounds. Oh, Gherkin would have had a layup. The Mustangs have turned it over for a 10th time in the game. Braden Fajardo working at a double-double, 12 points and 9 rebounds. With 6:05 remaining, Farley's back into the game for Gherkin. Farley, Marquez, Fajardo, Carnes, and Ortega for Fort Morgan. Here is Brock Saya. Saya looking, swings it high right to Lagunas back into the contest. Back near the top to Kaiser against Marquez. Kaiser right side to O'Brien. O'Brien looking to lob down low. They've shaved 7 points off an 11-point lead. Herrera straight away against Ortega, hands it off to Saya. Looking for a pick, dribbles to his right. Carnes is right there. Bounce pass down low for Herrera. Has the ball stripped beautifully. Farley takes it away. That's a big turnover committed by Roosevelt. That's their 9th. Here's Carnes. Over to Fajardo near that left corner. Fajardo looking down low, dribbles to his right. Is going to feed Carnes. Now to Ortega, right corner to Marquez. Fernando holding the ball up high. Down low for Fajardo. He shoots, and that's going to be an offensive foul. He did push off. He pushed off with the left hand. That's a good call. Yep, I did see a push off. Now, there might have been contact on Fajardo. And that's what the Morgan fans are saying, that the contact might have been initiated by Roosevelt. We have 5:11 to go in the game. Fort Morgan is clinging to a 38-34 lead. They have not scored in the quarter. Here's Kaiser, cross-court pass taken by Saya. Saya's double team, jump pass right side to O'Brien against Farley, under 5 minutes to go. Down low, Herrera, fouled by Ortega. That'll be the 17th foul against Fort Morgan. It'll be the 1-and-1. Ortega commits his 3rd. Well, they can draw to within 2 if Herrera makes the first and earns the second, then makes that one. So far, 4 points for Roosevelt in the quarter, nothing for Fort Morgan. Again, it's a 6-0 run, free throw, perfect. Now a 7-0 run. Head coach TJ Schneider not happy. He had some words for one of the officials. 38-35. The second free throw for Jaden Herrera. He spins, he shoots, and that is perfect. 38-36. The Mustangs need a bucket desperately. Again, they have not scored in the quarter, and it's a timeout called by Fort Morgan, and we'll keep it right here. That's a good timeout. When you're not functioning offensively, haven't scored in the first 3 minutes of the quarter, and the opponent has scored 8 consecutive points, you're on the road. You have to find a way to thwart this momentum. 38-36 Roosevelt. 4 minutes and 58 seconds to go in this game. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team are there to make the insurance world easy for you. That's at 842-4555. Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Keep in mind, let's run through the standings, see if I can locate the numbers again on the Longs Peak League standings, because these teams are neck and neck right now. Roosevelt and Fort Morgan both 4 and 3 in the league standings. The Mustangs are 10 and 7 overall. Roosevelt at 9 and 8. Frederick is the leader, 8-0 in the league. Riverdale Ridge at 6-2. Fort Morgan defeated, by the way. Thompson Valley and Severance are next, tied for third, and then Roosevelt and Fort Morgan tied for fifth. That's why this game is big. Here is Marquez across the timeline for the Mustangs. On the outside left, Fajardo fakes the three, penetrates, leans, puts it up, and he missed it off to the left. And the rebound to Herrera. Roosevelt can take the lead with a 3 or tie it with a 2. Lagunas on the high left, back out to Saya. 4:38 to go in the game, guarded by Carnes. Jump pass to Herrera. Herrera looking down low, swings it left side to Andrew O'Brien. O'Brien against Colin Farley. Mustangs backing up a little bit. Looks almost like a mix between a zone and a man-to-man, and they throw it away. Lagunas threw it behind Kaiser out of bounds. And that turnover for Roosevelt is their 10th. Come on, Fort Morgan need a bucket here with 4:18 to go. Nearly half the quarter's expired, and Fort Morgan has not scored. Ortega in the right corner with a basketball. Over to Marquez. Cross court to Carnes. Carnes near that high left. Bounce pass to Marquez. Marquez thinks about the three, now dribbles, picks up the dribble. Bounce pass straight away to Carnes. Now in the left corner, Fajardo between his legs. Jump pass inside to Marquez. Marquez is fouled on the floor. That will only be the third team foul. The foul is on O'Brien. That's his second. Make it his, yeah, I had it as second. I guess it's his third. Salvatore, that's Luca checking in. Marquez to throw it in. Bounce pass inside to Farley. Puts it up and he's fouled as he misses. Excellent cut to the basket by Colin Farley. That time it was Luca Salvatore committing the foul. That is definitely his third. Colin Farley has a couple of points. His free throws up, and that's short. Did not follow through completely on that one. Second free throw for Farley for a 3-point lead. That is up, and that is in. Fort Morgan 39, Roosevelt 36. 3 minutes, 56 seconds remaining from Johnstown. Keaton Kaiser gets it into Brock Saya, the leading scorer this season, held to 14 points so far. Bounce pass on the high left to Herrera. At the free throw line, Kaiser, jump pass inside to Schmitz. Bodied up, no whistle. Back out to O'Brien on the high right. O'Brien backpedals towards midcourt. O'Brien against Farley. Pass is tipped away, it's loose. Farley tries to save it in, and he does. But it's saved into Roosevelt. Baseball pass to Saya. Saya right of the lane. He's cut off by Marquez. Back out to O'Brien. O'Brien on the left side to Kaiser, guarded by Fajardo. Excellent defense by Fort Morgan. Down low, Herrera. O'Brien fakes the three. Farley's right there, puts up a wild shot and scores off the glass. Wow. How O'Brien made that is beyond me. 6 in the quarter, 8 in the game. The lead is down to 1 for Fort Morgan, 39-38. 3:05 to go. Here is Marquez just beyond midcourt, over to Carnes. Mustangs need a bucket. They've got just one free throw in the quarter. Under 3 minutes to go. Ortega on the high left over to Marquez. Fernando with a dribble. Fakes the three. Left corner to Ortega. Ortega looking down low. Feeds it back out to Fernando. Fernando on the left wing. Penetrates. Throws up a runner. And that hits nothing but glass. An ugly miss for Fernando Marquez. O'Brien has the basketball for Roosevelt. And the Rough Riders can claim the lead. 2:37 to go. Schmitz fakes the three. Penetrates 15-footer. Is off the back of the rim. And Farley looked like he was fouled as he grabbed the rebound. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by Carnes. Here is Carnes to Ortega. Ortega goes up, and he misses the layup. Oh, man, Fort Morgan cannot buy a bucket. The rebound to Saya. Here is Schmitz, 15-footer. That is short, and Schmitz grabs his own rebound. Saya, three, is around and no good, and the ball is loose. It's still loose, and they save it into Herrera. Now Saya inside, knocked away by Ortega, and then Saya has the ball poked away by Marquez. Man, what a crazy exchange. Here's Ortega, 2 minutes to go. Fort Morgan by one. Marquez in the left corner, back out to Ortega. Timeout, Fort Morgan. 1:56 to go in the game. Roosevelt had three opportunities, and Marquez made the final defensive play during that sequence to preserve the lead. 17 fouls have been committed by Fort Morgan, 4 by Roosevelt, so they have 2 to give before sending the Mustangs to the line unless it's on a shot attempt. Fort Morgan 39, Roosevelt 38. It doesn't get more intense than this one. Is Fort Morgan going to win this game without making a field goal in the quarter? They have one free throw, that's it. That was made by Farley. Roosevelt has scored 8 points in the quarter. Yeah, I think the last player to score for Fort Morgan was Wesley Carnes with at least a field goal, not a free throw, in the third. This is the battle for 5th place right now and a chance to maybe get third by season's end. As the postseason tournament is approaching beginning next Thursday. It's Marquez, Fajardo, Farley, Carnes, and Ortega for Fort Morgan. They've got possession. Herrera, Saya, Kaiser, Schmitz, and O'Brien for Roosevelt. At midcourt, Marquez to throw it in. They don't need to score, but it would help to get maybe a layup, but don't force anything. Marquez gets it in backcourt to Carnes. Wesley Carnes directing the offense. Now to Marquez in the left corner for Fajardo. Inside pass intended for Ortega, but he wasn't there. Herrera picked it off. Big turnover by Fort Morgan. On the outside right side with a basketball. Straight away to Kaiser. 1:39 to go. Fort Morgan is holding on to a 1-point advantage. On the high left to Herrera, guarded by Ortega. At the top for Schmitz. On the right wing behind the three-point line to Kaiser. Lobs it at the top for Herrera. Chest pass to Schmitz on the high left against Fajardo. Down low, and the ball is poked out of bounds on the entry pass to Saya. Knocked away by Carnes. Roosevelt retains possession with 1:25 remaining in the game. And Brock Saya to throw it in. They're looking for a cutter to the basket. Watch out for that cutter if you're Fort Morgan and look for a screen set by Roosevelt. Saya. Bounce pass left of the lane. O'Brien puts it up and in. A little 7-footer for O'Brien. He might have worked off a screen. 40-39. Roosevelt has their first lead in a long time. 1:12 to go in the game. Marquez on the high right. Back to Carnes. Carnes now on the left wing to Ortega. We're down to 1:05 to go. Baseball pass in the right corner to Fajardo. Now to Marquez. Straight away to Carnes. Won't take that three. 58 seconds to go in the game. Fajardo between his legs in the right wing. Picks up the dribble. Now straight away. The Mustangs might need a timeout. Carnes jump pass back out to Marquez. Fakes the three with 49 seconds to go. Fajardo three is off to the right. And the rebound to O'Brien, fouled in the backcourt. O'Brien is fouled in the backcourt. 8th team foul. Fajardo had the look and couldn't deliver. Ortega with his 4th. Andrew O'Brien has had a huge quarter. He's got 8 points by himself. Timeout, Fort Morgan. A full timeout. The Mustangs have allowed a 10-point lead late in the third to get away. It was 38-28. Since then, Roosevelt has outscored Fort Morgan 12-1. Now, the free throw shooting for Roosevelt in this half has been very good. They're 5 out of 6. Just 2 out of 5 in the opening half. Fort Morgan is still in this game, despite the fact their only scoring in the quarter was 1 free throw from Colin Farley. They can still pull this off. But Roosevelt will get 1 free throw in the 1-and-1 and maybe the second from Andrew O'Brien with 46 seconds to go. This would be a devastating loss for Fort Morgan, whose biggest lead in the game was 11. O'Brien did not score in the first half. Now has 10 points in the game. Here we go. The Mustangs break the huddle. How can they pull this off with no semblance, not little semblance, no semblance of offense? They've gone 7 minutes and 14 seconds in this quarter and have not scored a single field goal. Andrew O'Brien. He's got pressure on him. He's got to make this to earn the second. It would still only be a 1-possession lead. The free throw is around and no good. Colin Farley has the rebound for Fort Morgan. Now you got to be patient if you're the Mustangs. Don't force anything crazy here. Here's Fernando Marquez with the basketball just across midcourt. On the right side to Carnes, 31 seconds to go. On the right wing, here is Fajardo. Now to Marquez, fakes the 3 with 27 to go. Carnes near the top. Nobody wants to take a shot right now, but they got to take it soon. Here's Marquez right into the lane with 21. Marquez hands it off to Fajardo with 17. Fajardo spins. Fajardo turns down low for Farley. Farley is fouled, but that's only the 15th foul. Oh, they're going to say 2 shots. They're going to say Farley was fouled going up for the shot. Fouled by Andrew O'Brien. I didn't think he had released the ball that quickly. Well, 2 free throws. And that's what Roosevelt is saying. They thought it was on the floor. They thought it was on the floor. Yeah, that's what I saw. Yep, Roosevelt fans are booing. O'Brien with his 4th. The free throw by Farley is good. And the Mustangs have tied the game at 40. I think Fort Morgan got a break there. There's no way he was going up for that shot. But the Mustangs will take it. Second free throw is good. Mustangs lead 41-40 with 15 seconds to go. Colin Farley has made the 2 free throws. Keep in mind, he's got the only points of the quarter. The only points of the entire quarter. If the Mustangs can play some defense here, they'll pull off this victory despite not having a single field goal here in this 4th quarter. Andrew O'Brien just committed his 4th foul, but he's the man to watch out for on the offensive end. He just missed a big free throw as well. And Brock Saya, of course, the leading scorer, has been held off the board in the 4th quarter. He had 7 points at halftime, 7 points in the 3rd quarter, 14 in the game. Roosevelt will have to take it the length of the court. Fort Morgan has been outscored in this quarter 11-3 and still might win the game. Actually 10-3, and they still might win the game. Lagunas, O'Brien, Kaiser, Saya, and Herrera. For Roosevelt, it's Carnes, Marquez, Fajardo, Farley, and Ortega. Lagunas to throw it in with backcourt pressure. Don't commit a foul if you're Fort Morgan. Into Kaiser, still in the backcourt to Saya. Saya still in the backcourt with 10 seconds to go. Gets a pick, and then nearly a foul by Carnes with 6, with 5. Pass inside to Herrera. Now to O'Brien. Cross court to Kaiser. Saya trying to get off a shot, and I think he was fouled. Saya was fouled as he missed at the buzzer. He's going to have a shot to win the game with 3 free throws. Oh, they're going to say it was 2 just inside the line. Oh, Fort Morgan, why commit that foul? Saya was fouled. Now, is it with no time remaining on that jump shot inside the 3-point line? They're going to have to work on the clock. Oh, man. You're talking about the leading scorer. This could be it. If he gets 2 free throws, he makes both. Roosevelt wins the game. That's what they're calling for right now. Fouled by Wesley Carnes. 2 free throws, and the game is over. Free throw by Saya is up, and it's off the back of the rim. He missed it. Well, if he makes it, the game goes into overtime. If he misses, Fort Morgan wins. All types of pressure on the senior Brock Saya. Fort Morgan leads 41-40. This is up and good. We go to overtime. We head to overtime after Carnes committed his third foul on the jumper by Brock Saya. It's a 4-minute overtime. And let me tell you, the time was running down on Saya. That was a difficult shot, a very difficult shot. It was not a wide open shot. It was contested, but it was contested too much. I had some video on that. I think he he might have released that. I'm telling you, he would have released that after the buzzer. See, I'm going to take a look at this video right now because we'll keep it right here into the 4-minute overtime. But let's see if I can get the clock and everything in unison. Saya released it with a second to go, so that's a good call in terms of it not being released when the clock expired. Here we go in overtime, 41-41. Will the Mustangs pull this thing off? They led by as many as 11. Roosevelt has had very few leads in the game, but they've got the opportunity to win. Farley will jump center in overtime with Brock Saya, Ortega, Fajardo, Marquez, and Carnes. Same starting five there for Roosevelt we just mentioned, with the exception of Lagunas. Out there with Herrera, Saya, Kaiser, and O'Brien. So Bowie Schmidt's not out there for Roosevelt. And it's controlled by Farley and the Mustangs. Fort Morgan did not score a field goal in the fourth quarter. Carnes over to Marquez in the left corner for Fajardo. Fajardo back near the top to Farley. On the right side, Marquez fakes a three, dribbles right in the lane. Then he puts up a shot, and it's off the back of the rim. He tried to force it. Rebound to Farley. Farley, jump pass back out to Fernando. That's a big rebound for Colin. Fernando dribbles to his right, and then that's an offensive foul. He slammed right into Donovan Lagunas. Fort Morgan does not like that call, but that is the call in the end. Fernando commits his third. And for Fort Morgan, it's also their 12th turnover. Brock Saya comes the other way for Roosevelt. On the high left to Herrera. Lob down low for Schmitz. Has the shot blocked out of bounds by Farley. Get that counterfeit out of the bank. Oh, man, Farley swatted it towards the Roosevelt crowd into the front row. Now to throw it in is Schmitz. Back on the high left to Kaiser. Lob inside. Poked by Saya. Taken by Herrera. His three is good. No, it's a two. Right foot on the line. Jaden Herrera had the right foot on the line. Roosevelt leads 43-41 in overtime. Fernando straight away on the outside of Carnes. Penetrates all the way. Puts it up and off the bottom of the rim. Farley goes back up and scores off the glass. Farley gets the loose change. Colin Farley now has 5 points in the second half. 7 in the game. We're retied at 43. 2:52 to go in the game. Bounce pass at the top for Herrera. On the right side, here's O'Brien. O'Brien 5 feet behind the three-point line. Straight away for Schmitz, guarded by Fajardo. Schmitz, lob right side to Kaiser. Lost control of the basketball. He gets it right back. Right corner to O'Brien. Lob inside to Herrera. Then is fouled as he went up for a layup. And Fajardo got him. Braden either had to block that shot or commit the foul because Herrera was by himself. Fajardo's committed 4 fouls in the game. And now 2 free throws. And by the way, Colin Farley's bucket, the first for Fort Morgan since the third quarter. Free throw by Herrera is up, and that is off to the left and deep. Jaden Herrera has scored 9 points in the game. He can only give Roosevelt a 1-point lead with 2:35 remaining in overtime. Second free throw is in the air, and that one is good. Roosevelt leads 44-43. The Mustangs come the other way here with Wesley Carnes. Back to Marquez, now to Carnes. They're just playing catch. Hands it off to Marquez. Marquez in the high right towards the baseline. And a jump pass to Ortega. Tries to save it in and throws it out of bounds. Yeah, sloppy play there by Marquez. He tried to generate something, but to no avail. Fort Morgan commits their 14th turnover of the game, and Roosevelt doesn't have to shoot, but they still have 2:10 to go. 44-43. O'Brien at the top against Farley. Right side to Herrera. Ortega guarding him loosely. Now to Xavier Ramirez against Fajardo, who's got 4 fouls. Ramirez bounce pass high right to Kaiser. Down to 1:54 to go in the game. At the top for Saya. Saya against Marquez. Lobs it right side for O'Brien. O'Brien 25 feet away from the basket. Now here's Herrera. Free throw line for Kaiser. Left of the lane. Jump pass left corner. Saya 3. That's good. That's a killer. Fort Morgan is down by 4. Timeout Roosevelt. Brock Saya hits a huge 3 in the corner. And the Mustangs are now in trouble, down 2 possessions. Saya now with 18 points. 47-43 with 1:38 remaining. Well, bottom line now is that you have to score on this possession. And quite frankly, when you can't hit a field goal, this is what's going to happen. And Fort Morgan has 1 field goal since late in the 3rd quarter. So you're essentially talking about 1 field goal in about 11 to 12 minutes of basketball. Most teams would get blown out in that situation, but Fort Morgan's defense has been outstanding. And now looking for the bucket, TJ Schneider instructing his team. Instruction is one thing, execution is the other. And that's what the Mustangs need on this possession with 98 seconds to go, trailing 47-43. Same 5 are out there for the Mustangs. No substitutions here in overtime for either team. In the regular season road finale. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Equitable savings and loan. Now Roosevelt's defense has been pretty tight. Yeah, Fort Morgan, if they can hit a 3, that would help, because they're not getting anything down low. Wesley Carnes at the top with 1:31 to go. Dribbles left of the lane. Left corner. Fajardo takes the 3. No good. And the ball is loose and is taken away by Ramirez, and a foul in the backcourt. Oh, I thought he just lost control. But they're going to call the foul, double bonus, and the foul's on Marquez. That's going to be his 4th. Xavier Ramirez to the line. Yeah, they can't buy a bucket. There might as well be a lid on that basket. Ramirez will shoot 2. He can give Roosevelt a 6-point lead. Free throw is perfect. Fort Morgan has been outscored 7-2 in overtime. It's 48-43 Roosevelt. Second free throw for Ramirez on senior day here in Johnstown is up, and that's off to the left and short. And Farley has the rebound, and he's fouled. Only the 16th foul, though. Kaiser commits it. So no free throw. Here come the Mustangs the other way. Well, not yet. Well, that gives Fort Morgan some life, and now a timeout called by TJ Schneider. 30-second timeout. I mean, the 3 taken by Fajardo is the right play. Roosevelt is certainly long inside. They have contested virtually everything inside. Fort Morgan scored 8 points in the first quarter, 17 in the second when they outscored Roosevelt 17-4, 13 in the third. But since that point, the Mustangs have 5 points. 5 points in 10.5 minutes of basketball. And they're down by 2 possessions. Well, I said they had to score on every possession, but they still have a shot here. 16 fouls committed by Roosevelt. Here comes Marquez across the timeline. Marquez is going to hand it off to Fajardo, straight away to Farley. Now on the outside left to Carnes. Now to Marquez, dribbles into the lane, bounce pass to Ortega, bangs and scores. They got the layup from Ortega. The Mustangs are down by 3. Excellent feed there. And now the pass in the backcourt to Kaiser. Jump pass inside, and the layup is up and in. That is made by Herrera. They broke the press, and they were able to score. Back up by 5, 50-45. 51 seconds to go. Marquez, cross court to Carnes, left of the lane. In the left corner for Ortega. Back out to Fernando. Fernando looking for a pick, gets it from Fajardo. On the right side to Carnes, gets a pick from Marquez. 3 in the air, is off the back of the rim, and Kaiser has the rebound. That's going to be the game. Yeah, Fort Morgan has to foul. There's a pass in the front court to Ramirez, 31 seconds to go, and then the jump pass is taken by Saya. Fort Morgan's got a foul. Now on the right side to Kaiser, there's the foul. Fajardo's fouled out. A 5-point lead, Fajardo fouls out. And Keaton Kaiser will shoot 2, and Miles Lopez will check in. Kaiser now in overtime can put the Rough Riders up by 7. And they're just taking the allotted time. Taking the allotted time for the substitution here. Lagunas is in for Ramirez. Two free throws here for Keaton Kaiser. Fort Morgan had just 2 buckets, and they both came in overtime from the third quarter on. Free throws in. For Keaton Kaiser, 51-45. He makes this when the game is over. If you're down 3 possessions with 24 seconds to go, you don't have a shot. 2 possessions are still a prayer. Free throw is up, and that is in and out. The rebound to Marquez. What can Fort Morgan do here? Need a 3-pointer. Marquez dribbles right baseline. Marquez in the lane all the way, lays it up and in. And Fort Morgan calls a timeout with 15 seconds to go. I don't know if that's going to be enough. He's got 11 now. 15 seconds to go. You need a turnover. Can't put this team on the line, because then you have to go the length of the court twice. Twice. So Fernando spun and took the bucket. Yeah, if you're Roosevelt, you get it into the hands of Brock Saya. Saya was fouled by Wesley Carnes on a jumper as time expired. He missed the first free throw and made the second to send this game into overtime. Roosevelt 51, Fort Morgan 47 with 15 seconds to go. You need a steal in the worst way. I would assume the inbounds passer would be a pretty tall person for Roosevelt. That way, if you have a defender right there. Yeah, how's Fort Morgan going to play this? I don't think they're going to guard the inbounds passer. I think they're going to try to guard the 4 guys on the floor. Yeah, they will not guard the inbounds passer, so it's basically a 5-on-4. O'Brien to throw it in. Nope, now they're going to guard him. Bounce pass in the backcourt to Saya. That's the wrong guy to foul, but yet no choice. Carnes had to foul him. He got loose, and Wesley Carnes with his 4th foul, but the 3rd one is the one that killed him. Brock Saya will shoot a deuce with 13 seconds remaining in the game. Saya hit a huge 3-pointer to put Roosevelt up by 4. Now he can give them a 6-point lead. Saya spins, shoots, and it's good. It hit the rim and glass, and it went in. 52-47. Second free throw is upcoming for Brock Saya. For a 6-point lead, and that's good. 53-47. Marquez at midcourt with 11, with 10 on the right wing. Yeah, you can score layups. That doesn't matter. He banks and scores. Who cares? Yeah, that doesn't matter. 53-49. You got to count the bucket. They haven't counted the bucket. Where's the bucket? 53-49. Can you get the bucket up there? You haven't even counted the bucket. What are they doing? 53-49. You got to put the points up. Should be 53-49. What are they doing? I mean, you're only at the scores table in a tight game. You can't leave 2 points off the board. 5 seconds to go in the game. 53-49. And Brockside to throw it in. Saya in the backcourt, but it doesn't matter. You needed a 3 there, not a 2. Fort Morgan does not have a shot in this game. Saya, baseball pass all the way to O'Brien, lays it up, and he's fouled from behind with 3 seconds to go as he misses. Foul on Farley. He is fouled out with 7 points. And nope, 4 fouls on Farley apparently. Okay. O'Brien's free throw is in and out. But again, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to get fouled and make a three-pointer. That would be a miracle at this point. I've seen one of those, by the way. Second free throw, but he made it. Now the game is over. 54-49. There is Carnes, backs up for a long 3, and that's no good. And Roosevelt has defeated Fort Morgan 54-49 in overtime in Johnstown. Let's get to the post-game show, which is brought to you by Morgan Community College in Fort Morgan. To make your dreams become a reality for all students, that is at Morgan Community College. A crushing loss for the Mustangs as they led by as many as 11 points, but they fall by a score of 54-49 in overtime. It was 10-8 Roosevelt after 1. Then Fort Morgan had 17 points to Roosevelt's 4 in the second quarter for a 25-14 lead. It was 38-30 after 3, but Fort Morgan did not score a single field goal in the fourth quarter. Roosevelt outscored Fort Morgan 13-8. Fort Morgan was outscored 13-8 in overtime. The visiting Mustangs got 13 points from Fernando Marquez, 12 from Braden Fajardo. Wesley Carnes with 11 points. Colin Farley had 7. And then 2 in the game from Nathan Gherkin, McCoy, and Ortega. Fernando with 8 rebounds as well, which is one of his better games. Roosevelt got 20 points from Brock Saya, 12 from Jaden Herrera. Andrew O'Brien with 11, 3 apiece for Bowie Schmitz and Keaton Kaiser. Xavier Ramirez with 2. The turnover situation not too bad in this game. The Mustangs did commit 14, 12 for Roosevelt. Fort Morgan out-rebounded 34-28 as Marquez had 8 rebounds, but Fajardo had 9 for Fort Morgan. And leading the way with 5 rebounds, 5 of the 28 for Roosevelt. The Mustangs actually had the 34 rebounds to 28 for Roosevelt, 5 for Brock Saya. And then you look at the free throw shooting situation. That was certainly a factor as the Mustangs attempted only, 6 in the second half. After 11 in the first half, the Mustangs were 12 out of 17 in the game for the line, and Roosevelt had a bunch. 5 out of 8, 6 out of 9, 7 out of 10. Then they missed a few in there, 7 of 13, 10 of 6, 10 of 17. This is quick math, 12 of 19. So they made 14 of 24 in the game. They missed 10 free throws. But again, it doesn't matter. Roosevelt rallies to win the game, 54-49 in overtime. Roosevelt is now 5-3 in the league and 10-8 overall. The Mustangs 10-8 overall and 4-4 in the Longs Peak League. They are now situated in 6th place. Mustangs back in action coming up on Tuesday night, 5:30 for the girls, 7 o'clock for the boys, right here on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Roosevelt girls win today by a score of 74-24 over the Fort Morgan Mustangs, and the Roosevelt boys complete the sweep as they defeat Fort Morgan in overtime, 54-49. I'm John Beltran on 1010. Well, 1010 for Mustang Wrestling coming up on Friday, but right here on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.